but extremely important to be done correctly. You need to set this up. It needs to be automated, and it needs to happen first. If you want to get a good grip on your finances, then you need to set up a budget. Simply put, a budget is you giving every dollar that comes in a job, a responsibility, a place to go. And just like budget begins with B, we need to do this before we get the money. If we don't do this planning before the money comes in, it's not really a budget. Then we're just kind of acting on emotion and whims instead of making true, sound, smart financial decisions. There's a variety of templates that you can use for budgeting. One of the most popular is the 50-30-20 method of budgeting money, which works just fine, but I prefer to use a different method where we pay ourselves first instead of paying our creditors and merchants first. Because I believe you need to pay yourself first instead of last. So my budgeting method or template, I prefer the 20-30-50 instead of the 50-30-20. But simply put, a budget is step one in the plan to getting your financial situation cleaned up and get your financial house in order. Give every dollar coming in a job, a responsibility. And the way that we're going to do that is by planning before the money comes in where each dollar is going to go. Approximately 50% is going to go to your needs, your necessities, your mortgage, those types of things, your utilities. 30% of that, approximately, will go into your wants, such as going out to eat, doing things on the weekends, going golfing, recreational activities. These aren't things that you need to do, but things that you want to do and you should do in order to maintain, a good lifestyle and to be happy. And the other percentage is the most important, which is the 20% savings. And that 20% savings is you paying yourself. There's this whole thing about saving and a stigma around it when all we're doing is paying ourselves. We're paying ourselves today, but then we get to use it tomorrow. Why wouldn't we want to pay ourselves today and then we get to use it tomorrow? And ultimately, the way to achieve like the financial pinnacle, if you will, is to start this budgeting process early in life and automate it so it happens every time the money comes in. It's going to do its job, meaning it's going to go in the right bucket. Is it going to the mortgage? Is it going over here to our savings? Is it going to the wants? But it won't be open to emotion. It won't be open to the nagging of your spouse. This will all be planned out. And here's the ticket. It's automated. It's automated. We're not going to rely on ourselves to go in there on Friday night when we get home after we just got paid and pay all these bills and move this money over to our savings. We're not going to do it. I know I'm not going to do it. I come home from work Friday night. I'm whooped. I want to chill. I want to hang out with my wife and kids. I don't want to do budgeting. And once we set it up, we put it on autopilot. And you can do this so easily through your financial institution. Most of them have bill pay that's free. We can use that. If we don't have the bill pay option with our bank, many of the creditors that you go to or that you pay every month, they will automatically debit your account. Now, that's a little bit of a slippery slope, because when you're letting somebody else just come in and pull money out of your account each month, you lose a little bit of the control there. You lose a little bit of the quality control in terms of, are they only taking out the $69 or are they taking out $79 and the rate went up and we didn't see that? So letting others come in and debit your account, I'm not really a fan of. I'd rather you be in control. So instead of them coming every month, you have it set on autopilot through your bill pay or through your online banking, okay? For you to pay the merchant each month automatically on the 21st of the month, instead of the merchant coming and debiting your account every month on the 21st. You want to maintain control of the money. You don't want them to be able to come in and grab the money whenever they want. The exception to the rule with the auto debit. The one time that you want the auto debit set up and you're letting the financial institution come in and take that money instead of you originating this transaction and you sending the money, is for our 20% for savings. The 20% for savings happens automatically. And we can set this up that when our pay hits on this day, bang, 20%, or if we pick a fixed amount, let's just say $125, boom, automatically goes into your savings account. And boom, from there, automatically goes into, half of that goes into an exchange traded fund, an ETF, a Vanguard, a Prudential, whatever you're in, but something extremely low cost that keeps pace with the S&P 500, but extremely important to be done correctly. You need to set this up. It needs to be automated, and it needs to happen first. We can't pay all our bills and our wants, and then what we have left is supposed to be 20%, and we're paying that to ourselves. It doesn't work well. We're always going to cheat ourselves at the end and say, that's okay, I only have 12%. That's all right, I only have 15%. I spent that other on the kids. It's okay. We're going to flip it around, and we're paying ourselves first. So call it the 20-50-30 instead of the 50-30-20. The 20-50-30. We pay ourselves first, which is 20% to our savings, to our investments, to our retirement, so to speak. The next 50% is for all of the major needs that we have to cover. The utilities, the mortgage, the college tuition, etc. And then the last 30% is the wants. The night out to dinner, the extra round of golf, the car wash, all those extra wants. But the bottom line is, just like the word budget begins with B, the word before the money comes in also begins with a B. If we do it after, you might as well make it AF and circle that F, T-E-R. because that's going to be our grade in terms of budgeting is an F. We're not going to do it well if we're budgeting after the money comes in. Budgeting is a proactive plan to give every dollar that comes into your possession a job, a task, a responsibility. Because if we don't give the money a job or responsibility, something to do, the money is going to find some place to go. Many times where we don't want it to go. But the only person that we can blame on that is ourselves because we don't have a budget. So let me know in the comments below if you have a budget, if you're making a budget, if there's any questions you have about a budget. I'm more than happy to help out. But it doesn't have to be anything formal. It doesn't have to be this big Excel spreadsheet with all these tabs and columns and formulas. Not at all. Not at all. Just get a blank piece of paper for all I care. And the first thing you got to do is look at your bank statement for the last 2 months, 3 months really, and look at all the line items coming out to see every item that is spent. And then we're going to put that into those 3 buckets. Okay, is this a need? Starbucks. Okay. Mortgage. Okay. Gym membership. Okay. Right? Each one of these we're going to look at as we go down the line item here and put this in one of those 3 categories. Right? Needs, wants, and savings. And the first time we do this, we're going to be way off. The first time I did this, it was like 80% wants, 20% needs, 0% savings. But once I realized that, then I could reallocate my monies and get myself on my 20, 50, 30 plan. And once you put that on autopilot, yeah, the first month it's a little funky, but once you put that on autopilot and you know what to expect, you're good. You're good. You'll be surprised how you can work off of and live off of that, 30% for the once. It'll get you smarter with your money and it'll get you richer over time. So don't be afraid to budget before you get your money in. And a budget isn't written in stone. It's not forever. You can revisit it in a couple months. You can write a brand new one next year. Because ultimately it would be wonderful to get your budget to the point where you don't have 50% going to needs, but maybe 25% going to needs and 50% going to savings and investing. Budgeting today allows you to live a life that you want tomorrow. Budgeting today sets you up for financial freedom and financial success tomorrow. Make sure you budget before the money comes in. And let me know any questions that you have with your budget. I'm happy to answer any questions in the comments below. And if there's anything that you guys would like to see a video for me to go a little more in depth on anything, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching 5th Grade Finance.